Ma'am, we'd like to know just how the preparations are going on with less than a month to Paris, and how are the shooters sort of shaping up?
So, like I said, this is the last month before the Olympic Games, and I think our preparations began 3 years ago, and it's been I would say a holistic approach because in a sport like shooting, though we are standing in one place, what really matters is how still you can be and then execute. So it's a lot about process, but it's also a lot about calmness of the mind, stillness of the body, and so it's a sport where you cannot express your emotions. You need to keep it inside you, and at the same time you can't have your emotions get an upper hand on the process.
Correct.
So it's a sport where everything inside, what people outside cannot see what's happening inside, and it's only an athlete who feels that. So I would say it demands a lot of maturity, and it also demands the right decision making, calmness of the mind, and executing the process. And like I say in shooting, for performance, at the end of the day, what matters is how you breathe, and every breath counts for us.
So you say every breath counts, and obviously in such a mental and technical sport like shooting, what do you tell these young shooters, for whom Olympics will be the first of its kind experience? So what do you tell the young shooters that are going Paris?
So first of all, it's all about training, how well you train, not just technically, but along with it, how well you train your mind. Because it's all about habits. If I'm into a negative thinking habit, on the day of the match, I can't suddenly start thinking positive. So we need to develop habits so that on a given day, the way we think, the way we talk to ourselves is a matter of how we do it. It's a matter of habit, how we do it every day. So I think this is where our main focus is. We have our entire team on the same page, where every athlete has to not only technically work towards their process, but also they need to develop the right mental routines. So it starts with a mental warm-up, it starts with using your breath after every single shot and use it as a strategy for recovery. And at the end of your game, again, you need to come back to your breath and execute and see how well you've done. So I think it's all about forming habits, forming routines, because when it comes to a big game like the Olympics, it's important. If you're doing nothing, then the mind is just playing. We finish our sport for about 2 hours in the morning, and especially once you're close to your sport, and then what do you do the rest of the day? So it's very important to have good routines in place, and definitely one of the inclusions is a mindfulness meditation for about half an hour every day to kind of reset your mind for the next day and for a grand performance.
Okay. Obviously, you have shooters from across the country, but since we are in Mumbai, we'll talk about the shooter from Maharashtra who's sort of been there, Swapnil, whose growth has been, over the years gradual, and he has to sacrifice a lot to be there. So how do you see his growth and how he sort of developed as a shooter?
So I'm very happy for Maharashtra that we have Swapnil Kusale, who's been there for many years, and his time was almost there in Tokyo, but he just kind of very narrowly missed it. And I'm even at a personal level very happy to see his growth and the way he has performed and the way he's made it to the team. Through the Olympic selection trials, he's kind of made a stamp, and he's very much a part of the 3-position Olympic Games team. And I look at him as a very well evolved player, and more physically fit, and this time I can say also very mentally fit. So he's worked in all directions, and today when I look at him, I see him as a complete player who has the ability to shoulder the responsibility and come on top. So it's a pleasure just watching him shoot.
Right, and just finally, very difficult to predict medals as such, but what do you hope to see from your shooters in a month's time?
So what I saw in the Olympic selection trials was really a small version, I think, of what lies ahead. And what I was very happy to see was each one doing their best and surpassing their best.
Yeah.
This is what I saw in the Olympic trials, and this for me was like it kind of added to my confidence that yes, they can do it, they can handle pressure, and they have come to a level where they are now enjoying pressure, and this is the way forward. So I feel more positive, and I look forward to a games where when they come out, they should take pride in what they've done. They should take pride in their efforts, and they should come out being proud of themselves.
Wonderful. We all hope for that, and thank you, ma'am, for taking out the time, and wish you the best as well.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you so
much.
much.